everybody. Welcome back to Meet the Team. We're so excited that you joined us again with special guest, Matt Biel. Matt Biel, how are you doing today, Matt Biel?
I'm good, guys. It's exciting to be here. So glad.
We're glad you're here.
Yes, me
Yes.
too.
You know, it's really funny that for somebody who literally sings into a microphone every week, you're just like, I don't want to talk into this microphone right now.
Well, what people don't know is I hide behind that microphone.
Well, you're doing a great job, and you do a great job every week.
thanks,
so.
Why hide behind the microphone?
It's a security blanket. No one can hurt me if I'm behind the microphone,
I think that's kind of the way I feel behind drums.
right?
Yeah, you
Or behind a
feel
camera or anything.
Yeah, behind
Can't
the
hurt me.
camera. But now I'm on camera. It's like, yeah,
I mean, I get the emails afterwards, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
true.
Well, Matt, tell us about how long you've been here. What do you do? What is your role
Yeah,
here
Matt,
at the
what do
Refinery?
you do?
I don't know what I do. I don't know if I do anything here, actually.
We see you
So-
every week, but we want a behind-the-scenes look at what you do.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So I'm the worship director here at the Refinery.
Okay.
And so what you guys see on Sunday is kind of what I do during the week. I make sure all that's ready, but also musically our musicians are prepared. And honestly, we have an amazing team here. So I really don't know what my job is because
Whatever.
I have a lot of people who support me in what I do. And
Yeah.
it's the easiest job in the world.
What's funny is we asked some people, even when they were not on camera, like, who would you switch positions with, like a role on staff, and everyone wanted to be you, like everyone.
Yeah.
Well, the fun part about that is you can all have my job. It's okay. I'll come in once in a while and I'll lead a
Okay.
few songs, and then Matt Flagg will come on and he'll do his bit.
perfect.
and
Matt
I'm
really
cool with
wants to
that.
be. Matt Flagg really wants to lead worship.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see that.
So Matt and Lindsay and Nikki will
Sure.
just lead worship.
We'll put
There
it
we
on
go.
the schedule,
Awesome.
and I get to.
Yeah. Well, you guys heard it here first.
You did.
We'll let you know when those dates are.
I'll go play with the kids. I'll go teach some kids about Jesus.
Yeah.
and that'd
There
be
you
fun.
go. There you go.
Cool.
So tell us about one of your biggest goals in your role. I feel like you've got such an awesome position that, I mean, you can set amazing goals in. Like, you've released music and you've written music with our team, and it's been so good. But like, what are some of your other goals?
I mean, it all boils down to if worship is what we get to do in heaven, then are we giving an accurate, I guess, experience here of what worship, true worship is? And that's always going to be my goal, no matter where I go, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm on stage or off stage. My goal is always to help people engage with God through their worship of Him, through glorifying Him. And the best part about it has nothing to do with music. The music part is the cherry on top, and I enjoy it because it's my addiction. It's what I love to do. But worship is a whole lifestyle. So my goal is, while every hand is raised in this room, every hand should be raised out of this room as well.
That's awesome.
And that's always going to be my goal.
So-
and that's
Dang.
in everything we do.
So how do you do that? I mean, because like I know you and we work closely together with the role we have here, and I remember when you first started, I was like, my goal anyway was to get people from this to actually. There's some kind of arms open, but how do you help people get to that place through the week? Because it's not just Sunday
Yeah.
or worship service, whenever a worship service is, but it is through the week. So how do you help people do that?
Well, the biggest challenge of that is authenticity. And I would add on to that vulnerability. So it's really hard, and I'll admit this too, it's hard for me to be fully vulnerable with, let's say, a group of people you don't know in a room, let alone with music and everything going on. So
Right.
part of my battle is to make sure that people here, wherever I go, whoever's experiencing me in my life, that they experience the Lord in a vulnerable and authentic way from my life. So if they can come in here, and this is just the first step of our journey, if you come in here into the room and you feel comfortable enough to lift your hands, that's step one.
Okay.
You feel comfortable enough to sing and lift your voice, that's step two. And then from there, when we go into the lobby and we talk and have a relationship, that's step three. And that's still worshiping God. That's fellowship. That's us worshiping Him without the music. So if I can get people to feel vulnerable, at least feel comfortable being vulnerable with God, I think that's a win. And I think that will translate into the room, obviously, but out of the room as well.
So I asked a similar question to what I'm about to ask you to Chad, our lead pastor, because I feel like your lead pastor, you're very visible to the church. You're probably the most recognizable. I would say worship is right up there. Like, if someone were to come to Refinery, they would think of you as far as like the worship team. They would think of you as like, okay, that's what worship's like. So what would you say to someone maybe wondering, what's it like to be the worship pastor, or how did I phrase it with Chad? Like, what is it you wish people knew? I think that's the way I phrase it.
What do you wish people knew about what you did?
Yeah, because I'm curious what you'd say with that.
I won't speak for every worship leader. I'll speak for myself. I wish people knew that we don't want the lights and the sounds as much as we think we do. I really wish that. And this is a part of our presentation of the gospel, is a part of our presentation to our culture of what church is and what worship looks like. But the truth should always be that without this, worship still happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we work hard because we believe in that spirit of excellence, but worship is deeper. So I would say that's what I'm looking for.
So you're not as concerned about the lights, or, I mean, but you're not when it comes to like worship, like that, like the lighting is important because it can kind of set,
right.
It can set a mood. It can enhance. But what I hear you saying is that is not as important as like a true heart of worship.
Exactly. I think that everything we do is important, and everything our team does on a weekend basis is amazing. And we ask a lot of the people who serve on our team. But I think even they would say that our worship goes beyond what happens with lights and sounds and pro presenter and all the lyrics and stuff like that.
Sure.
They would say that worship is the culture of who we are. And if we don't start there, then, and this is the truth, none of it matters. That's my heart. The lights and sounds are important, but without the true heart of worship, without the true identity in Christ and knowing who he is and why we're singing, none of this matters.
Yeah.
None of it.
That's good.
That's really good. Matt, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being a part of the team.
Thanks for having me.
Let's end on a high note,
Okay.
maybe. So everybody that we've interviewed already has said that they want to switch places with you.
Yes.
But if you could switch places with anybody on staff,
Throwing it back.
who would it be?
Oh man, that's an interesting question.
I bet I know what the answer is though.
That's an interesting question, but I would probably switch places with Emily Coyle.
I knew it.
I love that.
I would switch
It had
places.
to be kid related.
You love kids, don't
Emily
you?
being our one of our kids directors, I love kids. I mean, having a 5-year-old, and what's better than a bunch of 5-year-olds who are not mine that can go home afterwards. So let's learn about Jesus, and then let's also
Let's
build
go
some
home.
Legos.
Let's go home.
Oh, anyway, so yeah, definitely, and we don't know how important her role is. We really
Yeah.
don't.
For real.
So
Yeah.
that's what I would switch roles with Emily. in a heartbeat.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for your time. Thanks for being a part of the team.
Matt Biel, everyone.
Matt Biel.
Bye.